and welcome to vlog 8 for the week beginning the 1st of May. So this week I began by writing another analysis for my research sketchbook. So contrary to last week when I did an analysis of the Anchorage Trust promotional video, I did an analysis this week for another homeless charity called Crisis. They'd made a video to advertise a Christmas scheme that they do for the homeless, where they allow the homeless to come in to celebrate Christmas, and they also let them participate in a lot of workshops, and they also have things like dentists and doctors just to help them and check them out. So I found this video online and thought it was exactly what Tribal Trust would like to sort of portray within their own video. So I sent this along to them and they confirmed that this is the sort of thing that they would like to sort of portray within their own video, and the same sort of thing they'd like to create. So I decided to do an analysis of that and sort of compare it with the Anchorage Trust one and draw out what aspects made it different, and obviously knowing that would benefit my own video as there'd be the aspects that I'd put into mine. I wrote out an analysis just like the other one that you can see on the page next to it, and then I also included the screenshots as well, so you can also draw comparisons through them, the different shots, the different sort of lighting, and this is really beneficial because obviously it gave me a rough guideline of what I should aim for within my own video, and I could pick out things like what sort of shot types to use, camera movements, sort of what non-verbal communication to pick up on, and everything like that. So that was really beneficial, and I think that that will really help me with my final product. And because I was looking into these two different videos, and obviously I had a Tribal Trust opinion on both of these, I thought that it would be very interesting to sort of put this out to the public and see what the general public actually think of these two videos, and whether their opinions sort of back up what Tribal Trust think, or whether they might have completely different opinions. So I thought this was really important to do for my target audience research, just to see what they would respond best to, because obviously that's who Tribal Trust are trying to aim their video at, and if they prefer something like what the Anchorage Trust are doing, then maybe it's best that we rethink the tone of the video and everything like that. So I created a survey on Google Forms and just did a lot of questions comparing both of the videos. I included both of the videos within the survey so the audience could actually look at them and respond directly to the video. So later on in the week I promoted this survey on my social media platforms and encouraged the people I know to sort of get involved with my survey and answer and watch the videos and see what they thought. So I gained quite a lot of responses from that, from people of all ages, ranging from young people, which is one of my target audiences, and also 40 plus, which a lot of people also answered in that age category as well, so that was really good to actually target my target audience, and their response was really interesting. So a lot of them thought that the Anchorage Trust video did make them feel very emotional and sad, and maybe they were less likely to donate to the Anchorage Trust. And a lot of people said that the Crisis video did make them feel happy and uplifted, and actually more people said that they would be more likely to donate to the organisation. So that kind of proves that an uplifting and positive tone does appeal more to the audience. So that was really good to see, and that the audience's feedback did back up what Tribal Trust was saying, so I felt confident going ahead into my own project. So I did 2 pages in my research sketchbook, just analysing my results and what I'd got. So I asked the same questions for both videos, so I was able to directly compare both of them. I asked both the same questions for each of the videos, so that allowed me to directly compare them, and I thought this was a really beneficial bit of research. So when I left you last week, I hadn't yet been able to decide on a date to shoot the main interviews with Tribal Trust. So I'd kept in contact with Dave, and we actually had arranged to shoot on the 3rd of May, which was this Wednesday. So when it got to Wednesday, we'd kind of made the plans at the beginning of the week, and Dave hadn't really got back to me since, so I had sort of asked, where will we actually be doing it, what sort of times are we looking at, it would be great to know as soon as possible. But unfortunately I only heard back from him on the afternoon of Wednesday telling me that he was actually ill, so we weren't able to do the shoot, so that was a shame. But obviously, like I said in the last vlog, I had all the pre-production work, so I would be free to do that whenever, and I could go straight into the project. So this was quite annoying, But anyway, it didn't matter. We sort of got back onto arranging it, and we did manage to arrange the shoot for the next week, for the 8th of May. So that obviously gave me a date to look onto, and I could plan everything and put everything into working towards that and make sure that my interviews would be of the highest quality. So I was really happy to now have this date confirmed, because it was a lot of rigmarole trying to arrange the date due to Tribal Trust being so busy and a few sort of things which stopped us at the last moment. But now that we've got the shoot in place, I'm really looking forward to actually doing it, and hopefully it goes really well. This week I also did some target audience research, and although I'd already sort of established my target audience through talking to Tribal Trust, I thought it would be a good idea to actually really look into this and make sure that we were targeting the right people. So I began my audience research by looking into Great Yarmouth and the statistics within Great Yarmouth, and this included things like the population, the working population, the ages of people within Great Yarmouth, looking into young people and whether they're working, poverty, everything like that. So I made an infographic online of all of the statistics that I found. Obviously, we've got the population, young people, market profiles, the economic growth and housing. So this told me a lot about the sort of people that are living in Great Yarmouth, which I found was people of the socio-economic grade C2DE, and the majority of people within Great Yarmouth are aged 40 plus, which is perfect because that is exactly my target audience, aged 40 plus. I did interestingly find that Great Yarmouth has some of the highest paid jobs within Norfolk, but those within Great Yarmouth are actually some of the poorest paid. So obviously these people that are in these highly paid jobs aren't actually located in Great Yarmouth, and instead they're located just outside. So I will be aiming my video at these people, the highly paid people, which will obviously be of the socio-economic grades ABC1, and obviously they have more disposable income to spend on a charity. My research also showed me that 23.5% of children are actually living in poverty within Great Yarmouth, so this could have a link to crime, suggesting that quite a lot of young people may turn to crime within Great Yarmouth. So this also targets my target audience of young people who I'd like to encourage to volunteer and do something positive within the community as opposed to negative. So I'm really happy with this research, and it does actually accurately represent the target audience I'd already established. I then looked into Tribal Trust social media platforms, and I looked at who's been already interacting with Tribal Trust, and I also looked at some articles that Tribal Trust had been mentioned on the Great Yarmouth Mercury, and I found that the people interacting with Tribal Trust online were of the ages 40 plus, which obviously also conforms to my target audience I'd already established. And I found an article about a group of youths that did attack Tribal Trust within the Great Yarmouth. So obviously there's already a connection there between young people, crime in Great Yarmouth and Tribal Trust. So it would be really good to try and get young people involved with Tribal Trust to make a positive impact on the community. So yet again, this research confirms my target audience, and I feel like I'm on the right track with what I'm doing. So the last thing I did was just to define my target audience. Obviously I've got my primary target audience and my secondary. My primary audience is males and females between the ages of 40 to 55 of the socio-economic groups ABC1, and my secondary target audience, males and females between the ages of 16 to 25 of the socio-economic group C2DE. So obviously this is detailed a lot more in my research sketchbook, which you can find this page on my blog. So this is the research I've done for that. That's about all for this week, so I'll see you next week for vlog 9. We're approaching the end. See you soon. Bye.